Welcome to the Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm still a little startled, but I'm also Benjamin. Oh goodness. Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you back on Saturday morning Samoflange.
Yes, it is good to be back on Saturday morning Samoflange. By the way, big asterisk here. This has been recorded right before the show comes out. We haven't watched it.
True. We have not watched it, and we are recording this 4 days prior, 5 days prior to the opening, something like that.
Yeah, just a few days prior to it.
A few days prior to the premiere of season 6,
We had
the
to
final
do
season.
Yeah, we had to do part 2 of your Australian trip, and we knew it was going to happen. But then you had reminded me that Cobra Kai, and we had intended to do this when we talked about the finale. Give our thoughts.
Yes.
And
because
so
we've been following Cobra Kai from the very beginning. Like back when YouTube Red was announced.
We got it.
And I bought a subscription to YouTube Red, and you and the wife came over.
Well, first thing we did, we saw Karate Kid in theaters.
That's right.
And it played the first episode.
That's right. That was
Cobra
so
Kai.
good. And we went to see it just to watch those first bits of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite memories. I almost have a top 5 memories of watching Cobra Kai.
No kidding.
I haven't put them in order yet because I only have 4.
That would be so hard to do.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay, first one is...
Wait a minute.
Never mind. I do have 5 right now. I don't know.
Wait, don't spoil it. It's another episode. That's a future episode.
No, because overall we may do something else. I don't know.
So one of the best moments, though, we were talking about in the movie theater, though, when we first saw that first episode, right after we watched Karate Kid 1, we turned at each other and we're like, "Oh my gosh, that was really good."
Yeah, we were very impressed by the first episode.
I think we might have had a low bar, but
and it wasn't just that it was in theaters.
Yeah, that's true.
It was just a magical experience.
It was
really. I was thinking, wow, that was really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this, my memories, because they're going to change later on. The second one is when we, not in any order. The second one is watching Karate Kid 2 together.
Yeah.
And us quoting
just
about every line.
Miyagi.
Now you look, Miyagi, you fight.
Everything Sato says is my favorite line.
My favorite line, which is, wow, can you do that? Don't know. Never been attacked by a tree. I love it to death. It's so good, and it's even better watching it with you.
Yes,
it was even enriched watching it with you. As a kid, I think I said this in one of our past podcasts. I hated that movie.
You did. You didn't.
I wanted them to go back to. I missed Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
I wanted another tournament.
Yeah.
I wanted what Karate Kid 3 gave us.
Yes,
and
I didn't like part 3.
Jokingly, after we watched 2,
I said, "You're like, what if?"
But because the thing is, we thought the first movie was all you had to watch.
Yeah.
Because we only seen the first episode.
Yeah, we assumed that was it. There was no way they were going to go farther than part 1.
They weren't going to go farther than part 1 because no one ever did. No one usually does. They just stick with the original. So then you said, I always liked Karate Kid 2, and you start talking about it, and I start laughing.
Because you thought it was dumb.
And I was like, no. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I was like, man, you really enjoyed this. Well, let's watch it. So we watched it. We laughed and hooted. It was great. And I said, hey, you got to see 3.
Now we got to finish it. Right.
You got to see 3. So that's another great memory.
Yeah.
Because we watched it the whole time laughing.
And 3 was a whole different experience as an adult.
And then only in season 1 do they mention Cobra Kai being banished after the illegal move they did back in 1980, whatever. And he goes, wait, can we really banish someone from a tournament? And I was like, we jumped out of the couch.
You're like, wow.
They're talking about Karate Kid 3. And again, I thought, because remember, he mentions Karate Kid 2 in like the second episode, like, oh yeah, I got this sushi cutting knife when I was
over in Okinawa.
With Mr. Miyagi. Yeah.
That's great.
So he mentions that.
Yeah.
And then I thought
we thought, okay, that's as good as it's going to get.
That's as good as it's going to get. And then they mentioned 3, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, they mentioned the fighter and what happened, the fight and everything.
It's almost like the joy of, it's like you're watching a Star Wars movie, and then you like, well, they're not going to talk about any of the EU stuff, and then they just kept bringing it up, and you're like the next thing you know, you're being introduced to Winter or something like that. It's like so obscure. It was so terrific.
So that was good memory number 3.
Yeah.
Of course, the other, and these are just memories of stuff we had because we were laughing at 3. I was saying how silly it is.
Oh, so bad and so good.
And how I said, now, and I was joking the entire time, but I said, now pay attention because he's going to be a big deal later on in the series.
Terry Silver.
And I was joking
the whole
completely.
Time. Yeah.
And when they brought him in, jaw on the floor.
Lost our minds. Yeah.
I just jaw on the floor. Now, but the memory was laughing, hooting, and hollering. I hated Next Karate Kid, and we all hated it, and it just sucked. It just wasn't. 3 is enjoyable, and it sucks.
Yes.
3 is an enjoyable mess.
It's an enjoyable mess, yes,
it's
exactly.
an enjoyable mess. Like, there's lots of fun scenes, there's lots of ridiculousness, but you laugh at the ridiculousness, and you laugh at the,
It's got good moments.
It's got some decent moments, it sure does. So, the next memory I have is us, maybe it is only 4. No. Oh, man, never mind. I've screwed this all up because all these depend on watching them.
Why is that
when we were
screwed up?
watching certain scenes from episodes. So the 4th one would be, obviously, we saw Olive Garden. It was an obvious thing, the Olive Garden episode.
Yeah.
We went, so they did that to help pay for the episode, to help people get Olive Garden.
And then we got Olive Garden.
And then we got Olive Garden for the next one. It worked.
We got the family style, huge pack of
Big
Olive Garden.
$75 goodness. Full set. Megan was happy.
Brilliant.
Megan's like, every day should be Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
But those are great memories.
We might need to do that again this week.
Great scenes so far. Season 1 had a lot of them. Like when the kid is skateboarding, we don't know what's going on. And then he does that balancing trick on the skateboard. And then we realize he's trying to learn balance. We're like,
pretty good.
But of course, Kreese coming in and lighting
at the
up
very
cigar.
end was the climax
That's
of the
the
whole.
fall out of your couch.
It's like, no!
Hold on to your head. Yeah. So we end season 5.
5. 6 is the final.
5. 6 is the final. We end season 5. Kreese has been tricked. Terry Silver. We talked about our reactions to it, but go ahead, recap.
So we've got our Google AI assistant helping us out here with recaps. We'll see, right? Allegedly. I haven't actually read this yet, so we'll be reading it live, just sort of like we're choose your own adventure narration. So
exactly.
We'll see what happens with this adventure. Bullet point number 1. Well, let's read. Season 5 finale of Cobra Kai ends with Daniel, Johnny, and their students celebrating their victory over Cobra Kai, but with many other events taking place, Kreese fakes his death and escapes from prison, seemingly plotting revenge against Daniel.
Yep.
That was pretty good. Did you see that coming?
Yeah, especially when they killed him, because I thought, no, I don't think he would die this way.
Yeah, he wouldn't die like this, getting shanked or something like that in prison.
Yeah, I didn't think that'd be the death.
Okay, so we know he's out of prison. What did he go to prison for in the first place?
Remember, he was fighting Terry Silver.
Yeah.
And Terry, he threatened him, and Terry had the police
thrown in the police
arrested him.
Right. Okay. Silver set him up.
Yeah.
Terry Silver is arrested. Bullet point number 2. Daniel.
Oh yeah, the tides are turned now.
Daniel defeats Silver using a crane kick and Terry's teachings, and Silver is arrested. So he's in prison now, and going to swap places with Kreese, I assume. But
good fight.
Good fight. Very good fight. It was a good fight. Really good camera work and everything on that,
in his house, I believe, right?
Yeah. Point number 3. Chosen is wounded. Chosen is badly injured in the final fight against Silver. What did he do to him? He cut him somehow, right?
Yeah, spear. The knife spear.
Yeah,
whatever
it was some cheap move or something like that, maybe?
Yeah. Yo, no, it was definitely dirty with Silver.
Dirty
now,
move.
Now the thing is, hidden storyline.
Yes.
He and Yoko, right?
Yeah.
He
not Kyoko, but
Kyoko. Yes, he has feelings for Kyoko. Yeah. He calls her drunk and then hangs up.
That's right.
You know, so I'm hoping for love.
Oh yeah.
At the end. And to be honest, that he was the bully when they were kids and she didn't love him, that they love each other now.
He's done his penance, his repentance seems to be complete.
I would love that redemption story.
I would too.
I would love that redemption
I would love it.
story.
It'd be terrific.
I love that actor, by the way.
It was amazing.
That they brought a
He's
child
been one of my
actor.
favorite ones.
And I mean, you said this when we watched 2.
Yeah.
You said this when we watched 2. They bring him back. I don't know if he's been doing movies. I don't know.
I don't either.
But you know what?
He's
fantastic.
Terrific. He's way better than some of the actors I've been watching lately.
He is better. I mean, we're if we're trying to check boxes here, this is a
checking boxes.
Great guy to put on your list if you want equality. Because he can act. And he is good. He is solid.
He's believable.
I love this dude.
Absolutely. I would love to meet him at a Comic-Con or something like that.
Oh, my goodness.
Talk about...
And thank him.
I would fanboy like crazy.
Thank him
over
for
anybody in this original cast.
By the way, with a script like that, how can you go wrong? But at the same time, he sells it.
He does.
He sells it, and he's so good.
You can go wrong with a good script. The wrong actor can ruin a good script, for sure.
It's so wild. I feel like they tailored these scripts they're true to the character, but they're also true to the acting chops of each actor. Each actor has a range.
Kudos to the writers.
And they melded the range with the dialogue, and they obviously get better as they go about it. Because they find more ways to first he's the stern guy who doesn't say much.
He just has quitty one-liners.
Yeah, Daniel thinks he hates him, wants to kill him.
Right.
But then he doesn't. He wants to apologize to him is what he wants to, and he can't, do it. But the thing is, though, now we're seeing the softer side of him now that we know that. And the thing is, in his defense, he can be a little bit more,
he's hilarious now.
He can be more open to Daniel now. They're friends. He's watching Better Housewives or something on TV or whatever. That's great stuff, man. Yeah. That's great stuff. Brilliant. And the thing is, though, it's not insulting to his character. It's finally giving him a character.
Giving him fun
All we knew him was as the bully or the grumpy old man in one episode who was really a friend. Now we're seeing he's a human, and I love this guy. I love the character.
Yeah, Chosen has always been one of my favorites, and I love that ever since he's come onto the show, I've been such a fan and loved everything they've done with him. It's kind of a testament to good writing, though, as well, because you know the movie Moulin Rouge. I know this seems like a big tangent, but Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman and Baz Luhrmann directed.
Yeah.
Both Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, they said, "Hey, can you sing? Hey, can you dance?" And of course, they both said yes. And of course, neither of them were trained singers or dancers. But in acting business, you say yes, and then you just learn it out later. You figure it out. So they taught them all the singing and all the dancing, and they found their vocal range, knowing that they were not trained singing dancers. Smart. But that movie works brilliantly still. I just rewatched Moulin Rouge just a month ago or so. Terrific film. But they weren't trained, but that's the key. Good writing. Find what they can do and make them look good.
Yes.
That's good directing.
All day.
So, I don't know. I need to go back and look. But I know the writers and the originators of this show have directed several episodes, right?
Yes.
And then I need to check how many they've directed, because with a show with this many episodes...
Probably a lot early on.
Typically, they rotate them in and out, and then at the end, they come on strong with...
It's wild because I haven't paid attention to that.
Yeah, and I haven't either.
I don't know how hands-on they've been because... And here's the thing. The story is so good.
Sometimes.
It's so strong.
It's got weak points.
We talked about that. Beggars can't be choosers.
No, that's
YouTube
true.
Red had to spend money on kids... And
that's
the
true.
Kids are where the weak spot is.
That's also true.
And you hate the kids more than me.
Way more.
Because they're all right. I think Daniel's girl is so one-dimensional and so awful.
Yeah.
Tori is just played one note.
Again, one-dimensional.
And the thing is, though, this is so weird because I don't think it's the actress. I think they just don't know what else to do with Tori. It's after a while. Hawk, they had a great storyline for. I kind of still like that guy.
Yeah.
But his story peaked in
after
one.
season 4, we were kind of done with this.
Much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
how many betrayals can we have?
And it was like kids flip-flopping in high school.
Who's the main guy?
Miguel.
Miguel's great.
Yeah.
Miguel's solid. It's a breakout star
solid.
from the whole series. Johnny's son is horrible. He's terrible. He can't act. He can't act. He's not good as a bad guy. He's not good as a good guy.
He's a mouth breather.
Boy, oh boy, he's a mouth breather.
Yeah.
And the daughter is a mouth breather too. And I don't care. Have each other.
Yeah,
be
go for
mouth
it, kids.
breathers together.
Yeah. Go forth and
go
multiply.
watch paint dry somewhere, kid. I mean, I don't care about them.
How harsh.
So, and they try to invent all these little other kids too, and that's fine. But the thing is, I care about the main stars. I know we're trying to inject newness in there, but besides Hawk and Miguel, there's really no one else.
We have mentioned this before, where we think there might be one team of writers writing Daniel and Johnny, and then there's another team of writers.
That would be interesting if there was.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you don't know these new characters. They're trying to find their place.
Also
but
true.
At this point,
but no,
how many flip-flops have we had?
Well, we've talked about that. We only had 4 hours total. Karate Kid 1, Karate Kid 2.
Yeah.
We got to know Daniel and Johnny. So they've had 4 seasons to develop character. And we love the originals, not because we've seen them so much more, because we only had 3 films with Daniel. And Johnny wasn't even in the second one or the third one, really. Was he?
I feel, no. But
so, we barely know Johnny, but his character's still so much
he's
head
so
and
ingrained in the
shoulders,
original one.
Head and shoulders far above everybody else's story.
But
we've only known him for 2 hours. Why can't they inject that kind of character development in one of these characters within 2 hours?
I don't know.
And they've got 4 years, and we still don't give a crap about most of them.
I got to say this, though. I'm glad it is the last season.
So am I.
And we had talked about this. I honestly think they should have cut some episodes,
yes.
tied in, scrunched some episodes in, This should have been a 4-season.
I was gonna say 3. If it had ended at 3, I would have been unhappy, but glorified, happy.
We have to shrink in the goodness that was in 4 and 5 because there was a lot.
Yeah, I mean there were moments. For
and
sure.
you can splice in some. Take out some 2, some 3, take out some 4, and splice it, and you know, like shuffling the deck.
You cut them all together.
You can combine those stories.
You've got 4 seasons
enough
of
for
gold.
3 more. First season untouchable. Keep
Sure,
it as it is.
don't leave it as is. Yeah.
Second season pretty solid too, but there's 1 or 2 spots.
There's a few that we were like, what did we just watch?
There's a few more spots.
Yeah.
4th season, there's a lot more spots. So that's where the good from 4 trickles into some of season 2 and a lot of season 3. And then 5 and 6 could trickle into season 4.
I follow you. Okay.
So
maybe we'll come out with the Matt Wilkins edited version.
Yeah.
The director's cut.
Well, I mean, there's just a lot that needs to be cut, and then too many flip flops on
Way
this.
too many betrayals. It's
But
like
that's
watching
for the kids.
it's like watching a soap opera.
Yeah, it's for the kids, and it's just not good.
If somebody's evil twin brother shows up in season 6.
In fact, Matt's cut is just no kids.
I've got enough kids at home.
I don't want to watch 2 seasons, just the originals. We have to go 3.
Just the originals and Chosen and Kumake and
all the old cast on.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Next bullet point. Stingray recants his testimony. Recants his testimony that implicates Silver, which would have exonerated Kreese.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then he got paid off and was walking into like a mansion or something at the end, or
I think he's part of Cobra Kai.
He got to be a part of Cobra Kai.
He's a Cobra Kai.
That's
now.
right.
That's what he's always wanted to be.
That's what he's always wanted. Kenny, Kyler, and
that's how Silver got arrested because he beat him up.
Yeah, he beat him up. Kenny, Kyler, and other students quit. So Kenny, Kyler, and other Cobra Kai students quit and walk out. Do you remember that even?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't really remember that because I don't care about any of those characters.
Because they're done with the show.
Are they?
No, I'm kidding.
Special inside information. Allegiances have been established. Robbie, Tori, Miguel, and Sam are all aligned, while others have quit Cobra Kai.
Got it.
So you got your core group. Maybe they did leave the show. Maybe they cut half the cast, and they just won't be heard of again.
Like, I feel.
Hey, you guys quit. Well, you started the blue team over in orange at the tournament.
And I want to say it's because they split this finale into 3 seasons, dragging it out for another year. I'm not happy about that. But, anyway, get to the rest of your bullet points.
No, final bullet point. Miyagi secrets are uncovered. Daniel, Chosen, and Amanda discover a buried box full of Miyagi secrets.
Yes, which is where... yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Queso. I love cheese.
Yeah. Here's what's going to happen. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? This is what they said. Imagine Brad Pitt in 7. What's in the box?
Well, they talked about the special Miyagi-Do secret karate that was in there before, right?
Yeah.
Like a secret move that was in there that they used in season 3 or something like that. Is that right? Am I making that up?
The other banner. Yes, there was another banner when he went there. Yes.
Yeah. And then, so I don't know what is in the box. Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me.
Are you ready?
Oh, wait. Listeners, are we ready?
It's a letter.
It's a letter from Miyagi to, or from whom?
Karate Kid 4.
No.
She wrote him.
No.
And he looks at the address and he follows back to see if she knew Mr. Miyagi. And what's her name? Who played that girl?
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank comes back for 1 episode.
Oh, no.
To give him another lesson. That Miyagi always loved him. Miyagi always cared.
Oh,
Gives
no.
Daniel that fortification, that comfort that he needs beyond the grave.
Oh, no.
As he tracks who is this girl that Mr. Miyagi was. There's lots of letters from her.
Hey, look. Every good episode that you and I have watched live, and even every bad episode, you have turned to me repeatedly and said, this is terrific. I just hope Hilary Swank doesn't show up and ruin it. Or you said, you've turned to me,
I'm still holding,
and you have said that was horrible, but at least it was better than Hilary Swank showing up and ruining it.
Yes. The worst episode of Cobra Kai.
Times. Yeah.
The worst episode of Cobra Kai is leagues better than
Karate Kid 4, next Karate Kid.
And the thing is, they have stated that Miyagi-verse, anything Miyagi was in, including Next Karate Kid, is canon.
Oh, no.
The thing is, though, they have not brought Hilary Swank in this.
They have not.
So if they don't, that's it. That's their last shot. Because the Karate Kid movie is going to be on its own. So and it's combining the Will Smith universe or Jaden Smith universe.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
I don't know anything about the movie yet. I haven't watched the trailer or read anything about it yet.
I don't think there's a trailer out yet.
Okay.
But
I thought that might have been a teaser.
I know Daniel, he was filming both at the same time and finished them both.
I do remember hearing that because he did it almost exactly so many years to the day.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And stopped the filming when they first began the filming of the first one.
Finally finished the character.
Yeah, finally he's done with the character.
So does Daniel die in the end?
Well, let's talk about Cobra Kai first.
Sure.
Prediction is Silver gets out. He's got lawyers. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
He's maybe on house arrest. I don't know, but he gets out.
Well, he's probably going to go to jail first, not to prison. And once he's in jail, he probably will never go to prison. Like, he'll just be held in a cell somewhere.
He posts on bail, waiting a trial, but then he's getting his revenge.
All right. Here's my prediction then with Silver. Ahead. He never makes it even to jail. He kills a cop. And then he's wanted for murder and on the run for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Like he either assaults or hurts a cop in some way, and that makes him wanted by the police.
Okay. Obviously, happy endings all around. Daniel and his wife are happy again. Yeah. Johnny and Miguel's mom get it on like Donkey Kong.
Of course.
Kiyoki, what's her name?
Everybody who ends up with whomever.
Shojin and Kimike get together.
Well, hang on.
Everyone's going to be happy.
Who was Miyagi's girlfriend? It was Yukie was Miyagi's girl. And so Daniel's girl in part 2 was Kumiko. Kumiko? That's right, isn't it?
Either way, but they get together, so there's going to be happy.
Shojin and Kumiko.
Now, that's easy. That's not really a prediction. Okay, what happens to John Kreese?
That is a good question. Something's going to burn down. That's my prediction with Kreese. Something's going to be set on fire. He's either going to set it on fire or he's going to be set on fire with it in it. You know, he's going to be in it, whatever's on fire.
Well, that's true.
There's going to be an inferno.
I agree. There's trouble brewing. I love the inferno.
It's going to be metaphorical and real.
It is Johnny and Kreese.
Oh, yeah.
In a burning building battle.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Johnny and Kreese fight in a burning down building.
Kreese is defeated. And Johnny saves him from the burning building.
Yes.
Johnny turns around to walk away from him.
He's gonna leave him there.
Well, because John Kreese beat up Miguel. And that's why Johnny went after him.
Yeah. There you go.
Johnny walks away.
That's good.
Gonna leave him there to die, but can't. Remember, this is Johnny's story. That's true. So he's gonna save Kreese.
Name of the show is Cobra Kai.
Nurse him back to health. He's got to stay in prison. Johnny's going to visit him. Johnny's going to be there for him. Because live or
Johnny's going to be the one once
they're tied together.
Once his sentence is up, he's going to be the one picking him up from the prison.
Yeah.
Like
offer him a home.
John Belushi picking up Dan Aykroyd and the Blues Brothers.
I think, and he and Kreese are going to do Cobra Kai together the right way.
They might.
The badass way. You're going to hear Eagle Fang.
Eagle screech, yeah.
Okay. Eagle Fang Karate has to close down too.
That's going to have to close.
Too sad because
what happens?
Eagle Fang is great.
What happens to it is pretty great. You've got the T-shirt to prove it. What happens to Stingray then?
Make up an ending to Stingray's a buffoon.
That's true.
He'll.
But what's his happy ending? What does he want? He just wants to be in Cobra Kai.
He just Cobra Kai still.
So is he just a Cobra Kai lieutenant with Kreese and Johnny one day?
He's a lackey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a lackey. He's the janitor trying to learn with the broomstick. Oh, that's it. Mop on.
Mop off. Mop on.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to teach himself karate by cleaning toilets.
That's pretty good. I think they're going to
go... Oh, no, Johnny has him cleaning toilets.
Hey.
Remember, scrub on, scrub off, or whatever. He goes, okay.
I think they're going to give him a happier ending than that. He doesn't. I think he's going to get a happier ending. He doesn't deserve it, but I think he will get one. Because of the writing, will give
Silver. Him one. Does someone have to die here? I think Silver dies.
Silver has to die. I think, but who's going to kill him? Daniel? Is it going to be an accident while they're fighting?
No, it has to be...
Intentional?
It has to be an accident. No. So, it's the hanging off the roof. It's the drop. It's the fall, the give me your hand.
And
I don't want your hand, kid. I can't go to jail.
Yeah. So he refuses and chooses death.
He can't go to jail. He chooses death.
Chooses suicide over. He gets beaten by Daniel.
He's not going to jail.
And instead of going to jail, and
he runs him through
and living in humility, with having been beaten by Daniel.
He goes out the old samurai and takes the blade.
Takes his own sword.
Okay. Just like ancient samurai.
Bushido.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, you know what? Bushido, that's my prediction for how Silver dies. Goes through the old kills himself ritual with the sword and all.
All right.
That's too honorable for him, though,
I also feel like it's got to be one last goodbye, even though Elizabeth Shue said her goodbye.
Oh, man. I don't think we're going to be so lucky. Back. I don't know if we'd be so lucky.
We're not, because they gave her a good send-off.
It would be terrific, though, to have her show up. But wait a minute. This is the final season of the final episodes of Cobra Kai Karate Kid. We're going to have another tournament.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
So would Elizabeth Shue show up even for a tournament shot?
I don't think so. I'd like to have everyone back.
Of course.
I think we're going to hear Miyagi one more
time. Like some overlay?
And
audio?
Yeah, maybe just mentioned in Daniel's head.
Force goes to Miyagi.
Yeah, like a, hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
One of those little, when he went to the graveyard in the first season.
True.
I think we're going to have something like that.
Okay, yeah.
We got to, because we're tying it all
Or
up.
like the fisherman scene when the guy was fishing and it looked like him for a second.
Something like that. I want something like that.
Honestly, I think that moment when that fisherman kind of looked like a Miyagi profile, that was probably one of my absolute favorite moments of the whole show. That put my heart in my throat whenever I saw that.
So many good moments.
That was terrific.
All right, so the movie.
Do we care about what predictions are for the children?
They all die.
Okay, good.
The movie.
Okay, moving on.
I don't care what happened to those kids. I don't care what happened to those kids. What's his face and what's her face? Suck face.
Yeah.
Breathe air out of their mouth and nostril.
Right.
And then make a lot of vanilla kids who have no character either.
Yeah, and they grow up 20 years later and they all join the Ministry of Magic. And
who does get? I guess Tori and Miguel get together. I don't know. We flipped this deck so many times. I don't know who. I don't want Miguel with either one of those women.
I mean, what are you gonna do, man?
And Tori's been with both, and she's been with. I mean, they're basically Eskimo.
Maybe Tori just finds a way to make a lot of money and go take care of her sick mom.
No, because Tori and Daniel's daughter have to hook up with Miguel and Johnny's.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work out. Oh no, it's got to be Johnny's son and Daniel's daughter. It's got to be those two.
I mean,
the rivals have love.
Right.
Romeo Juliet. And so that means Miguel's stuck with Tori. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Maybe if you put tape over her mouth, kid.
Hey.
But anyway, so the movie.
And then they die.
And then they all die. Except for Miguel. I like Miguel. Miguel's okay. And Hawk gets with what's-her-face and so that we hardly ever see because they don't know enough to write her in every once in a while.
So no other mystery characters coming back. No one other than Hilary Swank is all that's left on the list. Because at the end of every season, we have said, ooh, this would be a great bucket list. And by the end of season 5, I think we had hit the entire list.
That's true,
we have. So kudos to that show, first of all, for two guys like us who are such fans to have hit every single item on the list. That alone is worthy of this show being in an echelon all by itself as far as the writing and the honor they've given to these movies.
Now, for the movie, I feel we should wait until after Cobra Kai. However, I will say this. I know that Jackie Chan is reprising his role.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I guess Jackie Chan is going to be Mr. Miyagi's student or best friend in Okinawa.
Oh,
maybe
fun.
From years ago.
Fun.
That maybe he spoke to him. I bet the movie takes place in Okinawa. They have a little cash. Maybe they'll film on location again.
No, they've already been back to Okinawa. I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, though.
It depends on how hard the production schedule was when they were there last time.
But I would love to see that Mr. Han is his name.
Mr. Han.
Mr. Han's. Yeah. Daniel's going to learn karate from him. I think it's just going to be him and Jackie Chan.
That would be terrific.
I think he's traveling to Mr. Han, though. And then
that would be terrific.
They're going to have an adventure together. Daniel's story comes to a close. He's finally at peace with himself and one with everything, and that's supposedly a good ending. I don't think Daniel dies.
His family, Johnny, Kreese, is resolved. Silver is resolved. Did we call how Kreese was going to end? What was going to happen? Oh, he and Daniel were going to do Cobra Kai together.
Johnny.
So sorry, and he and Johnny were going to do Cobra Kai together, right? And then Daniel's going to retire from karate and be done with the rivalry. And
after the movie, we'll see where it goes. Yeah,
after the series is over, we'll be able to make be able to make an episode like this about the movie, perhaps. As soon as that happens. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be fun to listen to this episode when it airs and to see how many of our predictions are correct. Well, so, YouTube listeners and Apple podcasters and everyone else all over the globe, please chime in and laugh at us or congratulate us for how accurate and zen-like and predictable we are. And if we get a lot of these right, then we may play the lottery and come visit you.
On Saturday.
Morning.
Samoflange.